सकल जहां घट घट में जो राम रहा उसको राम पहचान। तेरा राम जी करेंगे तेरा पार तेरा पार मेरा पार। राम जी करेंगे तेरा पार उदासी मन काहे को करेंगे तेरा। राम जी करेंगे तेरा पार उदासी मन काहे को करे। काहे को डरे काहे को डरे काहे को डरे। तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आए। तू है सबका रखवाला, तू काहे को घबराए, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आए, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आए। ये आंसू ये दुख सारे ले जा प्रभु के द्वारे, ले जा प्रभु के द्वारे। वही दूत आस बढ़ाए, बिगड़ी काज सवारे, बिगड़ी काज सवारे। द्वार से उसके कोई खाली हाथ न वापस जाए, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई। जीवन की ये धूप ये छाए, सब है केवल तमाशा, सब है केवल तमाशा। मन से निचोड़ी आशा और निराशा, आशा और निराशा। आज है दुख तो कल सुख होगा, काहे नीर बहाए, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई, तेरे नैना क्यों भर आई। हयात वो जो शान का दर्शन क्या करे, है शीश जो प्रभु चरण में मन किया करे। बेकार वो मुक्र है जो रहे व्यर्थ बातों में,
We pass it so.
सुमिरन क्या करे, हीरे मोती से नहीं शोभा है हाथ की, है हाथ जो भगवान का पूजन क्या करे, और कर भी अमर नाम है।
Kom beneden. Ben ken ik blok niet. hand going on. Walking forward with the foot.
Yeah.
Good. Let that.
Sorry.
Nice. Tuh, bisa taman tuh kok. Bisa taman tuh kok boleh lebih gitu deh.
Bodoh Sri Thank you. जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में उसका मैं कन्हैया हंस रचैया रास रचैया काले नाग रचैया जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में उसका मैं कन्हैया हंस रचैया रास रचैया काले नाग रचैया जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में उसका मैं कन्हैया हंस बजैया रास रचैया काली नाग नचैया दीन अधिकारी सबका तू रखवाला मुरलीधर का वाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला जय गोविंदा गोपाला मोहन श्याम कन्हैया मुरलीधर का वाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला जय गोविंदा गोपाला मोहन श्याम कन्हैया मुरलीधर का वाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला मुरलीधर का वाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला मुरलीधर का वाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला.
Friends and family, you may have your seats now. As we await the arrival of the Pandit, those of you who may want to view the body in the meantime, you are free to do so as we await the arrival of Pandit.
ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर मिलन अब चल कर मिलन अब चल कर मिलन परमानंद
आंसू
जाने को
Boli Sumapati Mahadev ki jai. Sabke karao jai. Let's all stand, my dear devotees, as we begin our Antishti Samskar. Many thanks to our singer indeed, who has indeed been keeping us going as it were, and all of you are here this morning to bid our dear beloved mother goodbye as it were. We join our hands, everyone, together. We bow our heads in prayer. O Bhagwan, Shama Karo, Kripa Karo, Prabhu, praying, seeking the grace of Madhya Purushottam. Devotees, as indeed the Jeev leaves the physical body, it becomes, my dear friends, Atma. And of course the Atma becomes Paramatma. So we are asking of Bhagwan that may that Jiva Atma merge with that Supreme Param Atma, gaining that oneness with that Supreme Bhagwan. As we pray, O Prabhu, Raksha Karo, Raksha Karo, Raksha Karo. Hari Om Vishnavai Namaham. Apavitro pavitro va sarva vishtangrupivam Yashmadi pundalikaakshim Sarvagi vantara suchim Shvashti nindro vrihashvaham Shvashti napuka vishaviram Swasti na sakshurashremim Swasti no brihaspati dadatum Praya prithavam payokshaham Payodi vyantarikvashim Payodata pishvashtam Piriksha santu manyam Vishnu ratmasim Vishnu stapisyum Vishnu sudivasim Vishwadudivasim Vishnadavantam Agni devta vatu devtam Sudi devta chandrama devta Vasano devtam Mritya devta Vishwadeva devtam Om Devo Shantihim Antarikum Shantim, Prithvi Shantim, Apa Shantihim, Oshudev Shantim, Vanaspativ Shantim, Brahma Shantim, Sarvavam Shantim, Shantivam, Shanti Samam, Shantaridhim, Prem se boli Prabhu Ramchandra ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Har Har Mahadev ki jai. Chadhavi flowers. Om Mangalam Bhagwan Shambhu, Mangalam Ghadabhaja, Mangalam Pundarikakshim. Bow. Apana devotees, Paiti, have your seats, everyone. Out of the 16 samskars, my dear friends, that we have in Hinduism, the final samskar is called the Antishti Samskar. Before I came, devotees, I was doing a samskar called Simantoyan Samskar. It is where devotees, the family member, husband and wife, sits and perform puja for the baby in the womb of the mother. That's one of the samskar out of the 16. And you know many. Some devotees, Jat samskar, the Nam samskar and so on. But this one, my dear friends, very unique to you and I. Why? It is indeed where we bid, my dear friends, our dear loved ones, as they leave this physical world, as it were, to enter devotees the realm of Yamraj. And devotees, the Atma, as it were, or the Jiva Atma, exits the body, and devotees, the Pinda Dan is performed. Now, you will see the Panch Tattva being performed this morning. So first of all, we're going to do Sankalp. palm leaf. You said you didn't have any kowas here. And Navin, the son, will take and lead in his hands. Rice, bushras, flowers, and you all touch hands for this part. Making of that oath as it were this morning, O Bhagwan, beautiful Pitaji in his hands. Vishnu Dama Paramatmanim, Sri Param Parashotapani Vishnu Rajam, Vardati Damasya Brahmano Dihutijim, Rashishveti Kalpi Kalipatam Chadne Jambu Dipim, address Atavantantigim, Vinam, Atavantantigi Mukmasim, Amukha Prakish Mukutaiti Mukhavasram, Vaiti Chandraha Bhumha Guru Shukram, Vishnavai Antishti Pindrodanam, Pindro Parhibayaditi, Tripyuta, right hand down. Bole Sumapati Mahadeva Ki Jai, Pindapati. So these 5 pindars the Buddhists are done in allowing, as it were, the Panch Tattvas. You have attended many times devotees, the Antishti ceremony, and devotees you will see the Panditji giving these 5 pinda. They are indeed a representation of the 5 elements being returned to the respective places. So the first one is offered into the right hand. Now, into the right hand. Amukta Gotrasya, find the hand. Om Amukta Gotrasya Mukta Pritasim, Pindro Danam Pindro Parhibayaditim, Tao O Pratishadam Dakil, Pindro Dan Pindro Parhibayaditim, Tao O Pratishadam Ayanti Na Pritasim, Pindro Parhi Gangajam, Pindro Parhibayaditi Tao O Pratishadam. Vishnavai Namo Namah. Now keep your lakshana in your hand. Compare the water. Amukta Gotrasya Mukta Pritasim. Leave it right there. Pindro Parhibayaditim. Tau Pratisham Vishnavai Namo Namah. Vishnavai Namo Namah. Kapavali Pinda with a piece of cloth. Omayanti Na Pritasya Pindro Parhi. Chandan. Pindro Danam Pindro Parhibayaditim, Tau Pratishadam, Adiyom Chandanam Samarapayami, Kanda Chandam Divyam Shrasho Manoharam, Vedi Param Chandanam Prati Krihatam, Chandanam Samarapayami, Amukta Gotrasya Mukta Pritasim, Chandanam Pindro Parhi, son. All of you can get Chandana. Get them out to offer. Om Kanda Chandam Divyam Shra, bring fingers Sanam. Om Kanda Chandam Divyam Shrasho Manoharam. Go ahead. Same thing as somebody bring on it, yeah. Om Kanda Chandam Divyam Shrasho Manoharam. Vedi Param. Put air as it were. And good. Om Hari Om. All of you. Kanda Chandam Divyam Shrasho Manoharam. Vedi Param Chandaram Prati Grihatam. Vishnavai Namo Namaham. Vishnavai Namo Namah, Vishnavai Namah. Om Vishnu Vishnu Namah, Chandaram Samadpayami. Good. Essence afterwards. Garam Grihana Devasya Hadeva Devdyadini, Twamiva Jagatatasya Twamivadam Jagaprabhum. Om Gandam Grihana Devasya Deva Devdyadini, Twamiva Jagatatasya Twamivadam Jagaprabhum. Shri Krishna Govindam Hari Murari He Natanaram Yanavasudevam Shri Krishna Govindam Hari Murari He Natanaram Vasudevam He Natanaram Vasudevam Nath Narayana Vasudevam, Nath Narayana Vasudevam, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudevam, Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudevam. He Nath Narayana नारायण वासुदेवां हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवां श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हर हर महादेव की जय। Vishnavai Namo Namah. Vishnavai Namo Namah. Remember, when you get your mala, you're going to break the string as it were. Mallakadi Shugandini Mallatyadihim Naive Prabhu. You'll hold on to the string itself, don't hold the flower, tend to slip out your hands and dismantle. Mallakadi Shugandini Mallatyadihi Naive Prabhu Margatanihi Shri Pushpani Sri Pratigrahatam Om Sri Vishnavai Namo Namah. So let's do the mala first and we'll look at the flowers after. Alright, Navid, you go ahead. Om Mallakadi Shugandini Mallatyadihi Naive Prabhu Mahirtanihi Shri Pushpani Sri Pratigrahatam Pushpam Samalapayami Mallakadi Shugandini Mallatyadihi Naive Prabhu Mahirtanihi Shri Pushpani Sri Pratigrahatam Pushpam Samalapayami Vishnavai Namo Namah.
In here 5 times, right? Do you standing? Not you 5 times? Then we're going to make 5 more times.
Saptaka Vijayada, let's stand everyone for Aarti support. Jo dhyavi palam pavi dukkha vinasi manika Swami dukkha vinasi manika Sukha sampati karave Sukha sampati karave Ashamite kadeka Om Jai Jagadish Hari Mata Pita Tumame Sharaya Moti Sati Swami Sharaya Moti Sati Jai Jagadish Hari Swami Jai Jagadish Hari Bhakt Jano ke sangat Das Jano ke sangat Shani Om Swami प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन विहलाल की, उमापति महादेव की। आप नाम डेवोटीज कैसे? To the Radhay family, my condolences, and today we have lost, and we say bid goodbye to a very dear beloved mother indeed. I grew up in an era devotees where mother is God. And I say that devotee with all respect to everyone here this morning, because often we see devotees what's happening in today's society with indeed respect to mother and father. In fact, Hinduism have taught us all, Matri Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava, mother is God and father is God. And I often ask my dear devotees, why do we wait indeed for someone to leave this earth before we indeed show adoration and love? And I'm not saying this to anyone here, but I'm asking an open question to us this morning. Why do we wait, my friends, for someone to leave this land and then we say, I woulda, coulda, shoulda? Very often ask why I didn't do this and that and the other. I grew up in a place called Makbin, everybody. Kuva. And I attended a Makbin Hindu school in that era of time. And every Mother's Day comes around, there was a nice little program having in schools. I wonder if they still do that in schools today. When the Mother's Day time comes around, they have this celebratory time where indeed everyone celebrates Mother's Day. Well, in our era of growing up, I'm not sure if any of you know about this, there was little signs made or letters made spelling the word mother. Much of you know about that or knows about that? Well, I used to hold the E, everyone. And I always in front of the school standing with this E in my hands right up in the sky. How it goes again? M is for the million things she gave me. O means only that she's growing old. T is for the tears she shed to save me. H is for a heart of purest gold. E is for eyes so bright and shining. R is right, and right should always be. Put it together, it spells the word mother, a word that means the world to me. Tomorrow, or rather the 5th of February, will make my mom as well 7 years since she have left this earth. And of course 20 years since my father left. But devotees, it makes us think when we have lost our near and dear beloved ones in our lives, what they mean to us. As I looked into the leaflet this morning, I saw sunrise, 25th March 1958, and of course sunset 29th of January 2023. And I've noticed that what is in the center of that, there's a little space, a little dash. And I love to call this dash the dash of life. Why is it the dash of life? Because it's that whoever I call to speak this morning, they're going to speak of that dash. Dash meaning what we have done here on earth. What we have done here on earth, devotees, becomes the dash. And everything that you do in your life, if there was one word to describe life, what would you say that one word to be? If it was one word, devotees, to describe life, what would that one word be? Love. Okay. Anybody else? Journey. Okay. Anybody else? Experiences. You go through experiences in your life. There are many words indeed. But I devotees thinks that the experiences of your life, devotees, are what one goes through in their life, is what one will indeed speak about today. Because we all, devotees, are going to create memories that remains in everyone's heart. Because everyone here, devotees, has a different memory to reminisce upon this morning of our dear mother. I asked the son, he might give me a completely different aspect. And indeed a mere neighbor, a friend as it were, will give you a whole new different outlook or indeed experience he or she may have had with our dear beloved mother. But this morning I want to speak, devotees, more indeed to the younger ones, and especially devotees, the young one, devotees who call, I went to the pool this morning and the little boy saying, and I called him up, I said, stop it. He said, hey girl, the Baba want the parasad. And I said, what did you say? He said, well, and then he hold his mouth like this and looking at me. He said, I meant to say, mommy. And I often hear devotees of our younger ones losing that respect. And something, devotees, that is indeed lacking in society today, respect. This is not something I'm making up now. They're happening in our own homes as well. We allow devotees, our children, and I say that with respect to you all this morning, to speak to us how they want. And we say, well, Baba, he only a child, leave him alone now. Baba, he only a child, leave him alone. And he grows and grows with this disrespect until he becomes, devotees, a child who shows no respect. And then who do you blame? You say, Panditji, blame society. Of course it takes society to bring up a child, but it also takes mother and father to indeed groom that child. And I tell parents very often, devotees, there may be a parliament in Port of Spain that they get together to govern the country, but the greatest parliament there is the one in your living rooms. How much of you govern the ones in your living room? Don't raise your hands, huh? How much of you govern the one in your living room? And make that special effort, devotees, to indeed keep that respect in your home. And devotees, and I often say, respect starts with myself, the elders, you and I, to govern, devotees, that home in the right manner. Don't let it be. My little son, his name is Vivek, and he's now 16. But many years ago, devotees, he was attending the Freeport Hindu. And I'm telling you this story for a reason, devotees, this morning. Just take up that phone, please. He was no more than 9 years old. And I pulled up in front of the school to pick him up. That's a young man. Just press the button on the side. Give it to me. You pressed the wrong one. It's a little complicated in this little device. Complicated device. Anyhow. So he jumped in the car, the van. He said, Daddy, are you going to die? I want to ask you all a question. If your son, your child, asks you that question, what would be your answer? Yeah? He's 9 years old. Remember, he's 9 years old, eh? What the answer is going to be? Yes? Well, then he's going to cry now. So I said, yes, but not now. My answer to him on that day was yes, but not now. He said, well, then when? And I said, well, certainly not now. So while he was asking me this question, a child father in the class died, and Miss was speaking about death in the class. Miss was speaking about death in the class and saying that all of us will have to die one day to come. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? That we will all have to die one day to come? And I ask the question, what will be your legacy? You leave, devotees, when you leave this land. Mahav left, devotees, memories. A legacy will remain for us forever and forever. But what will be your legacy you leave behind? So of course I told Vivek that, yes, I will come, and we spoke about that a little bit more in length. But this morning I want to tell you and remind you, my dear devotees, your legacy you leave behind is everything you do in your lives. And of course the dash, devotees, simply means that everything that you do in your life, devotees, becomes, devotees, your dash. It becomes, my dear friends, and everything you do becomes indeed your legacy. How much of you have your mothers alive? You can raise your hand for this one. Wow. Great. 2 hands, very good. Question. When last did you bow to mommy's feet? Diwali gone. You see, we only wait for occasions to come around, devotees, to bow and to arti and say, Ma, I love you, and hug up and kiss and love up and all of those different things. When there's a puja, we want to do all of that, and normally we don't have time. We don't have time. Baba busy, Panditji, I didn't have time today, I don't have time last week, I didn't have time tomorrow, and it goes like that. Until this happens. Until, my dear devotees, this happens. And then we say, Panditji, if I only know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. This is what I'm appealing to all of you devotees. Let us cherish the ones we have in our lives. And that is certainly indeed our mothers and our fathers, our loved ones. And don't wait, my dear friends, devotees, for they to leave this mritya, this land, and then we reminisce upon life. Cherish the one that you have now. Use the word, I love you, more often. Use the words, devotees, I care, I love, I cherish, and all of that. In fact, demonstrate in the way you live your lives. Now, not tomorrow, but do it now. For often said, devotees, tomorrow may never come. So use this life that you have, devotees, and demonstrate, devotees, what the truthness of that would mean. Of course, mother and father. This morning, devotees, again, to this beloved family, our hearts goes out and we pray that, devotees, the soul of our dear mother rest in peace. May the soul attain moksha, as it were, nirvan, mukti, with that supreme Bhagavan. Boli Sri Vrindavan Bihalal ki jai. We do have many persons who wish to come forward and pay their respects. Of course, we will do so. I see this morning our dear Reverend Pandit is here as well. Pandit of our village, Pandit Atma is here, so I'll ask of him indeed to give his blessings, and after that we will ask the immediate family to come forward to pay their respects, and anyone else who wants to come. Panditji.
Thank you very much, Pandit Ravi, younger brother, colleague. Let me acknowledge all of those persons who are viewing us via our live stream, people who may be crisscross across the land, and those who may be abroad. People who may not be able to be here and be part of the ceremony, but of course they can, through the network and technology, we can be able to connect. So many thoughts would have gone through my mind because I would have known the family a long time, maybe all of my life. Both the deceased Randolph's parents and of course Ambika's father, who I met through Sonny Boy when we used to have satsang at the home. But I looked around and I saw Val sitting there, and I remembered, the connection of some of these people who really, like Pandit Lakshmana, who really did not conform to too much of orthodox stuff. They were There were people who believed in a lot of social work, doing community work, and Ambika formed a very important support member for the family, with Sudha Chaitanya and many of the other people, and of course, including Rampa, who is maybe one of the icons in Trinidad. Unsung heroes, people who gave it all for the community, and yet we sometimes fail to recognize the contribution. So today, as we pay tribute to this mother, I may have a little edge because I knew the kids when they were born. I gave them their names. I used to sit in the porch and see them running out and hear the pitter-patter of their feet, and so these memories are very clear and etched in my brain. So it was important for me to be here, and of course to reflect, and to remind them of all of the, like all of us, Toy would have had a positive and negative. All of us are like that. We are not perfect beings. And Panditji alluded to the fact, which is very important, that we should not really zoom in too much only on what happens after death, but more so how we lived this life and what kind of sacrifices we would have made. I used to meet her pretty often as well, because in the latter years of her life she was involved in service, like in food, catering, etc. So very often at weddings, yajnas, different occasions, we would connect, and there'll always be a winsome smile upon her face. Her siblings, her family have deep roots in religious life, and she herself, had many of the talents which I was kind of listening to last night. Unfortunately, the children may not have the apt and lovely voice like her, but she loved to sing, she loved to cook, she loved to do social work. You look around in the community here, everybody could attest to the fact that Toy, in some way, she would have wanted to come and assist her. And to me, that is it. This is your salvation. It's not really too much about, the oratorical skills and what you... So she was a nice individual. I passed a couple times and see everybody busy in the yard. And I used to see her when she was a little bit healthier, doing her plans, doing her stuff, concerned about, the area there, the Chandi, and etc., etc. So today, a sister, because Sonny Boy was my, Guru Bhai was initiated with my father, and as I said, I knew Toy from the time before she got married, and when she got married here at Donald's home, and we have had many, over 40 years of relationship. So that's a long time, and it does give you a little edge, because when you speak of something and you have a connection and you know what you're speaking of, then you have a whole long memory of that life. So today, on behalf of the community, our family here, and all of the people that I see sitting in the audience, like Reverend Reggie, and Mr. Robert, and Mr. Suku, who probably we have to get an entire day for him to speak about this family. So to all of these people who came here, and of course, Val and these people you all have direct family. Some people say, we're not blood family, but you all are not blood family, you're closer than blood. So today to be here and to remember this great sister, we pray that may Bhagwan's blessings be upon her, and may the children, Navin, and his siblings continue to walk the good path, and be like this. When you make your exit, you should be remembered with some kind of positivity. So maybe all pray a little bit together. Omniscient and Divine Lord, we thank you for your many, many blessings. We thank you for the sunshine. We thank you for the ability to allow our footsteps to be directed to this hallowed place where we are able to bid goodbye to the mortal coil, the physical frame. But we know that there is a part of us that is indomitable, that will live on. Nainan Chindan Shastrani, the Gita says. It cannot be seen with the eyes, nor touched, nor drenched, nor burnt. It is that spark of divinity that lives on.
And as we remember her life, her laughter, her love, her commitment to service, her willingness to give, the ability to do so much and to be a shining light in our community, we pray whatever misgivings and errors, missteps she may have committed, that through your hands may these be forgiven. Help us as well that we can value this beautiful gift of life that is so fragile. And as we bend our heads today, help us not only today, but help us each day as we bend our knees and bend our heads and surrender this life of ours, to say to you that you are indeed the master of all life. And we pray that may your blessings be upon her Atman, upon the family, upon all of us. Om Anadi Nidhano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prabhu Aryama Pitra Bhagavan Ki. Yeah. Thank you very much, and again blessings to my colleague and brother Pandit Ravi.
Much thanks, Pandit Panditji. Let's place the flower inside. We do have a little eulogy by the members of the family, so we'll call on them at this point to a speaker, that's the children, and of course we'll give them a chance to reminisce a little bit, and of course remember beloved mother this morning as I ask the children now to speak.
Saram, namaste. My mother, Mom, Ambika Radhay. She was the last child of her parents, Banwari and Rukman Bihari. At the tender age of 3, she was left in the hands of her father, the late Banwari Bihari, and her older siblings, mainly Savitri Didi and Uncle Hop. And at that time, Mommy was spoiled by all, but above all, she was treated like a queen by her one and only brother, Uncle Kishore. At the age of 18, at this time, Mommy was pretty independent. She would have done her school work and started to work at Petrotrin. She met Daddy, or should I say, Daddy met Mommy. Daddy friends and co-villagers, Uncle Indar and Uncle Skip, were involved in the famous Ramayana group here in St. John. And they went to read Ramayana by my grandfather's place. And my grandfather saw Daddy. Anybody who know my father, they would fall in love with him. And of course, he chose his precious daughter to marry my father. Papa got them engaged, and soon after they were married, and Mommy left Gasparilla, and she came here in St. John, and she made her name here in St. John. She made many friends, and we started a family here. Not long after, my sister came along, and 2.5 years later, I came along. And I was Mommy's favorite for 6 whole years until my brother came along. Nabin was Mommy's everything. Till her last breath, all she wanted to do was see my brother. She lived for him. But the love was reciprocated tenfold by my brother. In my mother's last days, my brother did what my sister and I couldn't do. Thank you, Navin. You are the perfect son and child. Mom, and we all are proud of you. We grew up humble, but we never knew the meaning of that, because we never felt poverty in any way. My parents gave us everything. My mother would get up in the morning and she'd make sure we have 3 cooked daily meals for us to eat. And yes, she was the best cook. We all know that. Anybody in St. John will call my mom to prepare the meals, whether it is a prayers, a wedding, whatever it was. My mom was there for the entire neighborhood. Mom was called upon to cook and help. She did service to this community. Mommy was the most hard-working, independent woman we knew. After we came of age, she went out in the working life again. After getting up 4 o'clock in the morning, my mom would have to go to work for 6 o'clock. She'd make sure we all have a hot meal. She worked at Superb Caterers, and for many years she worked at Petrotrin as a supervisor there. And again, when we all returned home from work, Mommy had a hot plate of food waiting for us. She was known for her laughter, her beautiful smile. Some describe her as having a mischievous sense of humor. She pranked everyone. But dare you if you try to prank her. It's not going to be easy. She had many friends and from all walks of life. What my siblings and I realized while we were making the arrangements for this funeral, and people found out who our mother was, they was like, oh my God, she was such a nice person. She was always kind and willing to help. And it was easy for us. Every single thing here, people volunteered, they helped. And that's because of the service my mother did, it reciprocated. She was such a kind and beautiful person. She was a busy woman. It was hard for us to get her time sometimes. She always made time though for her 3 grandchildren. She loved us, but she loved her grandchildren far more. Each of them had a special place in her heart. The eldest, Nival, was the smallest there. We call him the Raja of the family. Mama loved you, Nival. And once Nival is coming over, whatever Nival wanted to eat, we getting that. She cooked for him. She knew he loved pizza, so she will make Navin go and buy pizza if Nival is coming over. Nirvana, my daughter, their bond was different. We will forever miss you, Mom. They always had a playful banter where often I was called to referee because they're always fighting, but it was all love. Zane, my sister's son, now he lived very far, he's in San Grande. So my mother used to long to see Zane over and over. When you all taking me to San Grande to see my grandson? But Zane was the one grandchild she would listen to. Whatever Zane said, Mama listened, and she was a stubborn person. So she had her own unique connection with her 3 grandchildren. Thank you to everyone who played a part in my mother's life, be it a friend or family. Thanks to my mother's sisters. Didi, you did so much for her as a child growing up. You played that mother role and you continue to do so. You were her second mother and today you will always be that. Tanswati, you are the embodiment of a sister, a true friend. You have been to my mother. You are the best friend my mother could have ever had in this world. She's so lucky to have you. The entire family is lucky to have you. You are with us hand in hand going through with Mommy's sickness. You took care of Mommy and you tried and you tried and you gave her the best that any sister could give. We truly appreciate you and Uncle Fado for standing up as our mother and father till today. So thank you. To all my cousins, aunts, uncles, there's so many of us, I can't list the names, but you all have played a role. I want to thank her 2 nurses who has been here with her every single day, Charlene and Reshma. Reshma is also my cousin-in-law. Reshma, thank you. You gave my mother life while she was in bed and she couldn't move or talk. You sang for her, you gave her life that none of us did. So thank you. We're forever grateful for you for that. my sister and brother, I am very thankful to have you all. You all did really well. I'm so proud of you. I couldn't ask for a better sister and brother. Mom, you did well. You are leaving a legacy behind. I mean, we had great parents. My father set the foundation for us, but my mother delivered it. So thank you. She was a perfect example. As Pandit said, nobody is perfect, but she was our perfect mother. So thank you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I wanted to start my little talk, it wouldn't be as long as my sister's, with a prayer. And the reason I am doing this is because both my parents, but especially your mother is your first guru, spiritual and otherwise. And this is my experience with my mom, our experience, I know that for sure. Whatever we are today in life, and I'm not just talking about physical life and academic, the more important aspect of life, spiritual part of life, we owe to both our parents, but especially to our mother. Indira spoke about, Neetu spoke about her history and her life. And I just want to share a few experiences. My mother was, as she said, a very hard-working person, very independent. As you heard before, she was working when she met my dad. She actually started working. But after marriage in those days, my father and her in-laws asked her to stay at home. So I want to take you guys now, that is how many years ago, young woman coming to a new place, successful, starting out, but made the decision to put family first. And that is exactly what she did, and she did for all these years. She did not hesitate. So besides being hardworking, my mother possessed a quality, and everybody will attest to that. She was a very, very kind and helpful person. There's no one who could have approached my mother, and sometimes they didn't even have to approach her. She would extend her hand in any way possible. She'll do that. And that is a quality that she possessed, that I think, I believe, and I know that all of us, my two siblings and I, have imbibed from her. A very, very core. My dad was the same, but today is about mommy. And she, whether it is in everyday life, she taught us to be strong. I saw that. It wasn't only about getting up early in the morning and making sure she do her motherly duties. Yeah? She was foot to foot with my dad to be a provider. And she did it also in Sanata and Dharma and in devotion. And I think this is where I got my attributes for the love. A child will only know and learn what is taught from home. And Mom, I have to say you did a wonderful job, as Indira said, in making sure that we understood life, what is the purpose, and I can't thank you enough for that. You, as I said, you were my first teacher. Learn to walk, learn to talk, take care of, but she also nurtured the spiritual side. One thing I want to say about Mommy, and that is that part of her. She had so many different facets of her personality. She was one of the most free-spirited person I have ever known. Really and truly. She was a risk taker. She would, whatever she needs to do, she would get it done. She would not hesitate. She would take the chances. She would, those sort of things. And for those who know her, she was really a dresser. There isn't a day. I mean, I tried to learn from me. Indira did well, but she really and truly took self-care to another level. So she felt good. When she looked good, she felt good. It was about a holistic approach to her well-being. And she taught us that. 11 years ago, Daddy passed. And in those 11 years, my mother really stepped up. She really, really stepped up. She stepped up not only for us, but for her grandchildren. So I want to say, I know that you are going on to your journey. You've left this earthly body, and I know you are carrying on. And we just want you to know that we love you, and we will pray that you will attain moksha, and your soul will be liberated. And we know that you will forever remain in our hearts. And everything you've taught us and left your legacy with, I know we will take it on. We had the most wonderful parents ever, ever.
Good day, everyone. Sitaram Namaste. Well, I have not put together much because this was one of the toughest things for me to overcome. I don't think I could still see reality. The shock has not really set in realization. But there's not much I can say after my two sisters. She was a woman who was colorful in all parts of life. If there was a black and white picture and it was next to her, it had color. It had color. It was never a dull moment in her life. And knowing for the past few years when she got sick, that was like a prison. Because she was someone who was always moving. In the physical, in the spiritual, emotional, all aspects. She was someone that, as I say, didn't matter who it was, she would have extended her hand. And then, well, as the two would have said, I was the favorite after. I wasn't. The grandchildren was. Yeah, so I feel hurt. Her grandchildren were really her eyeball. She loved them more than us after. She saw my father, she saw herself, And she always told me, make sure them come, because that's all she know. Make sure they come up. Make sure they get in what it takes to the legacy to go on. The rules that Daddy would have taught us in life together with her. She's the one really pound the nail and drive it. Daddy gave us the knowledge and she drive it. And I try my best with Mommy because I know how hard she work, the things she do, not just in the community, but people, anywhere I go, I work. I work in KC for 7 years now. And when I went there, I had people who had known her before I was working in KC. And she just, anywhere I go, I meet people who know her. And they have nothing bad to say about her. Like, oh, that she's such a nice lady, always helping, always. I always take the opportunity as Baba would say, you don't wait till our occasion to do arati and pay respects. I took it upon myself from small because amongst all the spiritual leaders we had in the village, out of the village, from out of the island, always taught us that Ma, first God, first Guru. Always, always bow. Without she blessings, nothing is possible. And like my sister also said, no one is perfect. She had her ups and downs, her faults, but overall, she was the latter Mangeshkar of this place. Yeah. So I don't want to keep back too much. As my sister said, and all too, just a slight memory, she was a prankster. She liked to prank everybody. I mean, she catch you off guard. She always had me surprised. So that's why we, like at work, there's always get surprises in my field. But my mother taught me the greatest thing. You have a surprise, know how to come at it. She always around me corner to frighten you, do something. But the day you try to do she the same thing. Because one day I tried, for a whole 2 weeks she didn't talk to me. We have a space saver upstairs, 2 space savers, one in the corner. So I decided to get her back because everybody she pranking. She pranking her sister, she pranking she prank everybody. I said, alright, so I buy one of them rubber snake and I put it inside the hand. But I don't forget it. So she going to clean. When she opened it, she ball out, I was upstairs. And I don't realize because here in the ball, I don't know where she find. She felt it outside in the back. If you watch it, they in that tree, one of them trees hook up there. And she said, now then come here now. We are doing that for you. No, right. I said, well then, you like the brown people? Yes, but you can't do the same thing. So, and yeah, so, and she was someone like that. We had, if you heard our conversations, if you heard how, I mean, we talk to each other, you swear sometimes is quarrel. But that was our way of communicating. And that was her lesson to me, to be tough. That this world is tough. This world will keep pounding at you. And to be tough, you have to go through things. And I just try to show my son that, because she had taught us that. Because life is not a bed of roses. And she always showed us that where you have, make it more. So Mom, I love you with all my heart. I try my best. I try my best. I hope it was good enough. Thank you.
Mahavishnu Bhagavan ki jai. Devotees, thank you all for this bountiful of memories and all those reminiscing time you shared with us this morning in remembering a wonderful, wonderful soul indeed. And thank you, children, for such beautiful words indeed. Pinachu sir has to leave, so we wish him a safe journey to his next destination. Devotees, we do want to give you a chance to pay your respects. So of course I will invite you all to place the arti, and we're going to give you a few minutes. Those who wish to come, we do have some flowers. So ask someone to share the flowers out and give those who wish to come, just place your flower. And if you perhaps wish to perform arti, we give you a moment or two for that as well. And we do it in a very, very speedy manner. So let's do that at this point. So turn into your leaflets, everyone. There is a bhajan on the inside, Jai Krishna Hare, that Mataji is going to do for us. And we're going to invite us all to join in singing together this morning as we were to indeed give thanks to God as the family members, the friend, the close relatives comes and of course pay their respects. So we give the friends first, the immediate family first rather, and of course Mataji will of course glorify Narman first. You can follow the bhajan devotees in your leaflets on the inside as we glorify Shri Krishna Bhagavan.
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukha dur kare, Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. Yeah. तो कितनी अच्छी है, तो कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, कितनी अच्छी है, कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, जो करने आए माँ तेरी रतिया, जो करने आए माँ तेरी रतिया, मेरे लिए आके सारी सारी रतिया, ओ मेरी इंडिया के, ओ अपने इंडिया के, जोड़ी वाली है।
Holy Sri Mahavishnu Bhagavan ki jai. What is just a kirtan? We will indeed conclude, and in concluding we'll give you a little chance while we perform the final manzal at the front. As you know, there's a second pin down that is offered to the front. You'll get a chance there again to view at that point again. As you know, we have to be at the cremation site, and of course there's a time to as well as to light the fire as it were. So let me ask my Yajman to make your line there back again. Pitaji, you fill the hand with flowers for us. As you join your hands together, everyone, please let's stand. Sabko karao jaiye. As you know, devotees, we make our way to the shore of peace for the final rites, as it were. On behalf of the devotees of the Radhay family, I wish to extend our sincerest of thanks to everyone here today for coming, those who are not here to be here physically and viewing us live stream, those who have made time to be here this morning to give your condolences, to give your sympathies and of course your love. Many thanks to you devotees, the friends and families who have helped one way or another in making this today very fruitful. And we ask of you devotees that whatever you may have with our dear Ma, sometimes you hold something in mind, something you would have had with her, and
that remains in your mind today, let's let go of that. And of course, let that soul journey to the heavenly abode, attaining moksha, oneness with Supreme Bhagwan. O bountiful Lord, we pray for your grace, your blessings. Let me shower your grace upon this family, give them strength so that they can indeed go on with life and fulfill all of my teachings. And may that soul find rest in peace. So Bhagwan, may us give thanks for life that we have. This life, L-I-F-E, devotees, removing devotees, the F from life, devotees who get life. Let us not live a life of lies, but let us be truthful in all that we do in our lives and stand by that truth in every possible way. L-I-F-E spelling life, devotees, remove devotees, the L and the E, you get if I should sit around, if I should do this, if I should be good, if I should help someone. Many a times we find ourselves living like that, a life of ifs. Life is spelled L-I-F-E. Remove the L, the F and the E and you'll get I. One of the most ignorant letters of the alphabet. I. If I don't get this, I annoy. If I don't do this, I vex. If I don't, and all about I. And therefore, it is many a times we live our lives for I, not thinking of no one else, but I and I alone. Today, let us give thanks for life. Be grateful for that life that we have. Shidadam Darupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shidadam Darupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Hari Om Om Nadhi Nandhari Vashanka Chagraharim Akshe Pundrikakshe Pritamukshe Pradho Bhavam Om Yanti Na Pritase Pindrupati Mayadi Tita Upratishadam Vishnavai Namo Nama Vishnavai Namo Nama Vishnavai Namo Namaham Tvamiva Matam Chapita Tvamiva Tvamiva Bandhu Sakha Tvamiva Tvamiva Vidyam Dravinam Tvamiva Tvamiva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvamiva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Brahmastu Vishnavai Namaha Vishnavai Namaha Vishnavai Namah. Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Satya koi gatya hai. Preta Shantim Atma Shantim, Preta Shantim Atma Shantim, Preta Shanti Atma Shantim. प्रेम से बोलिए प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको सीताराम everyone. Jai Jai Sitaram. Devotees, place your flower inside. Again, we're going to perform one mansal to the front, so we'll have the spreading of the cloth as it were, and devotees that second pinda being offered there, and of course from there into the hearse, and of course to the shore of peace. Thank you again everyone. Many thanks to the singers this morning for indeed so beautifully singing, and I hand over to you all as we are about to leave. Thank you very much. Sitaram everyone.
जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ दुनिया से जाने वाले, जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ दुनिया से जाने वाले, जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ। कैसे ढूंढे कोई उनको नहीं कदमों के भी निशान, दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चले जाते हैं कहाँ। आए जाए खत न खबरिया, आए जब जब उनकी यादें, आए होठों पे फरियादें, जाके फिर न आने वाले जाने चल जाते हैं कहाँ। दुनिया से जाने वाले जाने चल जाते हैं कहाँ। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है।
The same, ne? Oh no, you have to do it. You have
ओम यन्ते ना प्रीतसे पिंड्रोदानम और ध्यान अदि मुक्त गोत्रस्य मुक्त प्रीतसेम पिंड्रोदानम पिंड्रपति बयादितिम ताओ ओ प्रतिशरम विष्णवे नमो नाम अयन्ते ना प्रीतसेम पिंड्रपति बयादितिम ताओ ओ प्रतिशरम विष्णवे अदि मुक्त गोत्रस्य मुक्त पिंड्रोदानम पिंड्रपति बयादितिम अदि मुक्त गोत्र
Somebody could hand me the placard, please.
Radhay मुख्य गोत्र से मुख्य प्रीति से
Okay.
ओम यंजनाम नित्यस्य पिंद्रपति पिंद्रदानम पिंद्रपति लयानि ताओ Upradisham Vishnavaya Namo Maham Ayanti Na Pritanim Chindrapanim Mayari Na Upradisham Om Vishnavaya Namo
Don't cross the water. Don't cross the water. Don't cross. That's supposed to cross. Yeah, try. Just a